And welcome back. How long was that? I wasn't timing. Should have been about 4 minutes because that's how long it takes. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, which is something I did used to hate coffee. I've finally developed a taste for it late last year. Just after Christmas, I think it was. Decided to try it again. Finally decided I liked it. Your tastes change over time, so every now and again I would try coffee. And now, I'm a convert. I'm a believer. I now own a coffee grinder that costs $79. Fortunately, it was an Amazon gift card thing, so I didn't pay for it out of my own pocket, really. Easy to justify. Doesn't make a difference, though. I was using a $20 grinder, which just wasn't very consistent. New grinder is fantastic. Still no man buns. Thank you very much, From a Treason. Absolutely not. Never ever. Never ever ever. Ever. Yeah, so let's... No. Couple there. So the new world, yeah. Just preparing the new world. We're preparing the tip jar thank you place space stuff thing graveyard. Does spacing work? Yeah, spacing works. Yeah, now that we're in snapshot, what is it? 19W11B. They're calling it feature complete, which means nothing else is going to change feature-wise. They're just squashing bugs at this point. We're very, very close to 1.14, so I decided now it's safe to find and prepare a new world for the new survival series. So what we're doing right now is, like I said, preparing the tipper graveyard. If you've been here around before when we play Minecraft, the tipper graveyard is where we give tippers $5 or more a grave, and every time they re-tip and stuff like that, we put a block on top of the grave so it grows taller and taller and more impressive the more they generous to me. So it's a nice visual, permanent way in the world to represent those who have directly supported the stream in that manner. It's a fun little gimmick, and from time to time, certain regulars, you know who you are, use it to troll me. Because the tradition is when we get a tip, I have to come back to the graveyard, drop what I'm doing, come back to the graveyard and put the block on the grave so I don't forget. Otherwise I will forget. So sometimes, when I'm working far away, they'll tip, I'll come to the graveyard, put the block on the grave, then I'll go all the way back, and then someone else will tip it, and they go all the way back to the graveyard, and then all the way back. There's been hours on end of people trolling me like that. But it is the kindest way to troll, because every time they do it, it's like at least $5. So, that's the whole thing. I can't whine about them trolling me, because they're being kind while they're doing it. So it's the lovely little balance of trolliness and kindness, and it really is a lot of fun, I gotta be honest with you. Actually, we should take away some of these graves and branch off. Yeah, we should connect these two paths here and put some graves on one side, I think. And we'll branch off that way as well. Is console experiencing the vanish item frames too? I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm playing on Java right now. I'm switching back to Java. Got fed up with Bedrock's bugginess and inconsistency. Always wanted to do that. Oh, okay, so you are familiar with it. Cool. Couldn't remember whether you've been in streams before when we were doing that stuff, so yeah. Apparently, yes. So coolsies. We might need to move that final grave by the looks of things. We might run into it. Too bad we can't do it now. I mean, you can tip now. You're not going to get a grave because I haven't built the graves yet, but... quite frankly, if you want to do that, I mean, you might want to wait until tomorrow or Sunday's stream. So you do to get a grave. I'm not going to stop you. You can always subscribe or resubscribe. That has nothing to do with the graves. You get your own little benefits for that. You want to support the stream today, you can do that. Hintity hint hint. Don't expect your maps to stay around if you put them in frames. I've had my world map vanish. Oh, so you've got a map wall and it just goes. Do the frames disappear or is just the items in frames? What were you saying before? It's constant experience the vanishing item frames. Yeah. So is the item in the frames or the frames themselves that disappear, or does it take both? Because that's a bit of a bitch. Frames and items. Wow. Is that happening in this snapshot? Is that what you're trying to... Because yeah, we're not going to actually start survival... Well, I was going to say we're not going to start survival until the final version 1.14 comes out, but we actually can. What I was thinking is we shouldn't build a storage center before that happens, because I use item frames in my storage centers to figure out what's in what boxes, obviously, as a lot of us do. So yeah, that could be a bit of a problem in a storage center. Well, spacing worked nicely. Bad. Alright, where do we want to path off from here? So we're fairly geometrical here, so we could maybe go from the path from here. Might have to build that out a little bit. And then do another one up this end. Get 2 paths out of that, maybe? My map room is a floor? No. Oh yeah! I keep forgetting you can put item frames on floor now. We should do that. We should totally do that for this world. Once they fix that bug. I did manually flatten this, yeah. That was literally the first 2 hours of the stream. Because it used to be about as high as that island over there. So we tore it down by about 5 or 6 blocks worth. Yeah, let's do it this one. That way we're sort of in line with the edge of it here. It feels about right to me. Manual flat, yeah. I mean, we had a lot of good discussion on the way. We talked about a lot of stuff as I was just doing this, basically. Just knocking out grass one layer at a time. But yeah, it took literally 2 hours. Oh, that was including clearing the trees as well, because this whole island was full of trees, like these ones are. But yeah, it wasn't the most exciting game I've ever done in my life. Alright, so what if we sort of path off that way? Go up there, and then do paths off that edge as well, feather it out. Yeah, I think that's the way I want to do it. That should give us plenty of graves to work with. Maybe not quite that far. We have to build some sort of wall around this place as well at some point. I think we might leave this area clear of graves as well, build another little sort of garden plot up this end, just to break up the horizon a little bit. You hear they're completely changing. They already have. In fact, this snapshot is the first Java snapshot with the new villager mechanics. But yeah, should lead to some interesting new ways to do things. I'm a little bit annoyed that all of the old classic stuff we used to do with villages probably isn't going to work anymore. Iron farms have to be done almost completely differently. Surprisingly similar though. If you go to the if you go into my Discord, I'll post a link there in the chat. I posted a link to DocM77's one of his most recent videos where he figured out how iron golem spawning mechanics work now. So it seems like we can build iron farms in relatively a similar way. In fact, might be easier to build because you'd have to fuck around with doors and shit this time. But efficiency is still up in the air. But getting them to spawn is slightly easier. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, as far as villager breeding mechanics go, I don't know about that yet. I haven't seen any videos on what the breeding relies on. Whether it's just beds instead of doors or what, but yeah. I'm actually looking forward to doing things in a different way, because, you know, I've been playing Minecraft for years and years and years, and every time I make a new world, I try and do things in a slightly different way. I build differently, I use different materials, I build different kinds of farms in different ways, just to keep things interesting. So yeah, having that sort of shift is actually a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Should lead to some more creativity and interesting exploitations. Can you have a discussion? Sure do. To this point, I haven't talked about it much. I really got to get better about pinging in the Discord because, to be frank, it's a little bit of a ghost town right now. There are plenty of people in it, but it doesn't get a lot of use. So I'm going to be better about that. That's one of the things I'm going to do to help push the stream forward a little bit. Get better about the Discord thing. What's up with the teas? The teas are going to be the graves. So we've got a couple of bits of coarse dirt there to be the grave site. And then sort of in this space, we're going to build some sort of gravestone, which will be something similar to that. That's kind of the basic design we've used in the last couple of worlds, but we might change it up a bit this time and try and come up with a different design. But yeah, basically that. And then every time someone donates and stuff, you know, we just slam another block on top of their grave, and it builds up and up and up. Little sign on the front of the grave there saying RIP username. I don't really think we have room for a third one, do we? Yeah, we can. We can push this out a little bit more. Let's do that now. Looks like a bit too regular. I'll have to bulk that out a little bit. It's a bit better. A couple bits in there. That's not so bad. I'm never that good at terraforming. Never been my strongest suit, making natural looking terrain. Then again, Minecraft itself isn't terribly good at that, but you know. He said that it had about 100, yeah, on the Doc77 video, he put it like 100 villages as the source villages. But yeah, the rates were pretty crazy with the setup he had. We really don't need that for a single player survival world. We don't need the rates that high, so I'm thinking hopefully maybe 20, maybe 30 villages should produce enough iron for us. Because we don't need to go crazy. We're not running on a multiplayer server. There's no economy to worry about. Shit like that, you know. Oops. What are you doing? Nah, let's not do the corner. Chokes it off a bit too much. I Are you making use of one of the new walls? We haven't decided yet, but probably. We are over here. We've got the new lanterns on some andesite. Sorry, not andesite. Oh, yes, andesite. I was thinking diorite. Andesite wall here, and there. We're probably going to use one of the new material options for the grave. Maybe not this. This looks a bit too boring. But yeah, we'll probably make use of the new material options with the graves. Feels like a good way to break them in. I really need to... Yeah, I love the new lanterns. I need to make myself some lanterns to light my tower with here. The only thing I wish the lanterns did would be attached to a wall properly. Because I was using the Stoneblock 2 mod pack, and that had very similar looking lanterns in it. But they would attach to a wall, like a sconce style thing. And they were awesome. Unfortunately, the vanilla ones here don't do that. You have to hang them from something, which looks awesome because they get a little chain. Or you have to put them on top of something, but you can't put them on a wall, which makes me sad. Still though, it's one of the best lighting options we've gotten in a while. Sea lanterns and, what are these actually called? Sea lanterns and, oh, they just call them lanterns, okay. But they call them iron lanterns or something. Yeah, I think we'll just, oops, cap that off there. Or, now you know what? Let's go all the way back to here. Stretch it out that way. Oops. The more lighting options, the better. Absolutely. Minecraft was always, I felt so restricted when it was the only lighting options you had were torches and redstone lamps, basically. Oh, glowstone as well, I guess. I was so happy when sea lanterns came along. They immediately became my favorite lighting option because they're so clean. So crispy looking. Nice white light from them. It's great. In fact, in my last Java world, I had modified glowstone to look a lot like sea lanterns, like a really smooth texture. But instead of being sort of greeny bluey, they're of course kind of yellow-orange. They did look remarkably similar. Really liked using the glowstone with. In fact, I might do it with this pack. I'm going to modify this texture pack with some of my own tweaks, and I might do the glowstone thing again. Because making the glowstone texture really smooth and clean gives you a lot more options. I've always hated the texture of the glowstone. Never looked right to me. So I might do that again here. Oh, sweet. That spacing works nicely. Maybe a little bit too much, but it's alright. In fact, we can move these up by one. Oops. That to a 2 gap. Oops. Come on. And have a 3 gap there. Does that look weird? A little bit. It's alright, we can put some plants or something there to help balance that a little bit. Don't know if I want this here. We might put a few more plants there. I guess since I can't get a Dota 6 to work, I'll play Minecraft. Wait, Dota 6? What? I thought there was only one version of Dota. I think I actually do want one back here now that I see it. I'm allowed to change my mind. Back off. Alright. Yeah, I think I might actually do the original plan and go back and put a path in the middle of this. Kind of in line with this. Where did we line that one up? Lined it up with the edge of the stairs, so let's do that again here. I think it'll be a little more efficient if we do it this way. Oh, DOA. Sorry, I read Dota for some reason. DOA 6, right. Yeah. I was interested in that briefly, but then I saw what they were doing with their monetization. I went, nah. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to support that. I don't begrudge anyone who does, but hashtag not me. Halo coming, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Halo coming to the PC. On a scale of yeah to fuck yeah. How excited are you? I'm writing a fuck yeah myself. Maybe even a fuck yeah 0.5. I'm pretty happy about it, is what I'm saying. Leaves us with 2 gap there. Excellent. That's spaced perfectly well. I should have measured that, but nailed it by accident. It would be nice to play Reach and ODST for the good Halo games on PC with 60 FPS, yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to most, because as much as I liked... I think Halo 3 is probably my favourite. But as much as I liked it, it did always frustrate me slightly that, number one, console controls for a shooter, which I can't deal with. But number 2, 30 frames a second. I mean, the good thing about Halo is it was designed from the ground up to play well at 30 frames a second, but there is no argument that can be made to convince me that running any shooter at 60 feels better. This feels a bit odd now, doesn't it? These two here. fine. Except I have to go back one. We're a little bit close on those ones, but I don't think there's any others around to match it to, so... Well, there's those ones there with big gap between them, but these ones facing this way... Unless we turn those ones around, I don't know. It's a bit closer than I would like, but I think it'll be fine. I think we can get away with it. For the sake of doubling the amount of graves in this space, I feel okay with it. You're actually saying it is more cinematic. I made that joke in a video once when I was talking about frame. I don't remember what game or what video it was, but I did it completely deadpan, like no hint of sarcasm, and the amount of people in the comments who just went ape on me just got so hardcore triggered by the old this game running at 24 or 30 frames a second. It makes it feel more cinematic. It gives it a much more sort of Hollywood feel. People flipped out. It was awesome. I love doing that. Just going super deadpan. Just from time to time in a video. So nobody's quite sure. And the knee-jerk people just flip out instantly. It makes great honey trap. Great bait, mate. Because the ones who flip out and flip out in a way where they can't, hello dolphin, they can't resist being sort of super duper obnoxious or racist or some sort of big. It makes great bait for blocking people. You bait them like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you don't need to be able to comment on my channel anymore. Bye. That's fantastic. I haven't done that in a while, actually. I should do that again. Haven't laid the bait out in a little while now. Because it's harder and harder to be sarcastic online because everyone takes you seriously all of the fucking time. Irony is dead. Alright, so let's have another whack at this. And what if we path from here? I guess we can have a little kink there, that's fine. No, because we come right up against that grave if we do that. I really want to move that path out. So maybe this is another garden area. Alright, so what do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count these ones? I don't know. There's at least like close enough to 60. Which should be enough. I mean, my Minecraft streams at their best are 50 to 60 viewers. Not every one of those viewers is going to be someone who donates. So across time, that should be enough. If it's not enough, we can always build out. We'll just build out from here and build a sub-island here. I had to do that in one of the graveyards. I think the Nintendo Switch edition had to expand. Because we ran out of graves. That should be enough. That should be plenty to start with. Should keep us in graves for quite some time. Is the far end misaligned? What do you mean? Far end of what? If you're talking about this path here, not matching this path here, that's quite deliberate. I didn't want it to be too grid. I wanted it to be all right angles, but I didn't want it to feel like a grid. Although, yeah, this path probably could come back one step because I've got a 2 gap here and a 1 gap on that side. So I could probably bring all this back one step. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, actually, that's probably worth doing. So I think all the other graves we've done, yeah, 1 block away from the path. Yeah, okay. That was the only inconsistency there. Still not sure about the corner one. Don't know how I feel about that. You noticed it? Well, I mean, I noticed it before, but I thought I had done a double gap on the other side as well. But I guess I corrected that earlier. I wasn't actually that concerned with it until I realized it was the only one. Oops. Most wanted feature that they will never give us. Auto refilling. Yeah. Yeah. The mod packs that I've been playing recently, like Stone Block and Stone Block 2, both had a thing where if you ran out of a stack of something or your tool broke, it would automatically replace it if you had more of that stuff in your inventory. It would be so nice if that was in vanilla. Because it really sucks to have to go, whoop, 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 I need more of that, click, click, click. It's just a quality of life thing that doesn't need to be a problem. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave off. I keep flipping on the corner, but now that we've got these extra paths here, which are all 3 except for the corner here, which I'm okay with that corner. Yeah, this corner here always looks a little bit weird when I put it in. Once we get the garden in, it'll fill out that blank space a little bit. Garden there as well. And a little one here. Maybe just some shrubs and bushes and stuff. But I'm pretty happy with that layout. It doesn't look too regular, but it does look neat, organized, and clean. Now, I want to think about whether I want to do something like that at the corners. Gonna make it look too busy. Yeah, it is. I don't like it. Okay, so let's think about how I want to do. I want to do a little garden bed deliberate, or I might do a border like this. What else we got here? You could fence it off. Or actually, what if we wall it off with these? No, too solid. I think wooden gates, wooden fences are going to be the way to go. Bum. Be in a dark oak. I do like my dark oak. Maybe we'll go spruce this time. I use dark oak all over the place, so maybe spruce. Hello, my name is Spruce. Don't like that either. I don't think we wall off the garden. Just ruins the cleanliness or something. I don't know. Iron bars. I rarely ever use iron bars. Well, the other thought is we could use trapdoors stood on edge as well. Maybe the jungle ones. Yeah, let's try that as well. Oops. Oh, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Let's try the iron bars over here. Oops. That looks pretty good too. Yeah, we can do a hedge with some leaf blocks. I think I like the trapdoors better than these. The iron bars look real old school, don't they? Something about them just says old Minecraft. Where's the birch? Maybe the spruce. One of the denser ones. I think spruce. Yeah, I think that's where we are. That's where we're at. Maybe not even all the way around, actually. Maybe a little sort of garden alcove you can just walk into and... Oh, yeah, there we go. We'll put a tree, we'll put a couple of those benches that I used in the last world that we came up with, which was... how do we do those ones again? Use spruce stairs. And the spruce trapdoors. We'll have a little area just for people to sit and contemplate their dead family. Oops. like a tree there. A little row of flowers or something here. Yeah. And also keep with the spruce, right? Does bone milling work in creative? I'm sure it does. There we go. Let's get rid of that top bit there. Trim away some of this. Make it look a little more manicured. There we go. That looks a nice trim tree. Now, that. That was a little bit too effective. I'll leave the grass black there. I was hoping for some more flowers though, but never mind. Wait. Cornflower is the only one that comes out under flower? That's fine. Use cornflower. Yeah, I like the little splash of blue. Sets off the white and the dark blue over there in the water and stuff. Maybe even some tulips. Tulips seem like an appropriate thing around here, right? Yeah, not bad. And what about learn to spell? Large fern, regular fern. Yeah. There we go. Not bad. Maybe we don't need that one. Keep it tidy. Yeah, nice little contemplation area. Just to sit and chat about your past loved one. I don't mind that at all. Over here, I think less of a structured garden and more of just a little bit of wild. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Ooh, perfect. Kind of. Better. Still don't like get too poofy at the top. Get too poofy. That feels good. Got some of this. These. Not too bad. Looks natural enough. Plus, we're going to have to do something about lighting at some point, but we might do the old bury some sea lanterns under some bushes kind of trick for that. Do an arch and hang the light from the middle. Yeah, I've considered that. And there is every chance we will knock that into the villager design, or village design I should say. But for the graveyard, I don't think so. But yeah, I'll absolutely be taking advantage of the fact that these awesome lights can hang off chains. No question. Maybe just do a little semicircle there. Is the village design going to be similarly modern? I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with the village. Haven't decided on materials, style. But yeah, I don't think I want I don't think I want medieval kind of stuff. But I don't want super modern either. Maybe a little bit contemporary. I don't know. Gee, if you have any thoughts on that, Discord would be a good place to throw some screenshots. How does that look from this angle? Not so bad. I kind of like it. Undecided on whether I'm going to keep the grass or shovel it all down to path blocks. I love the path blocks because it means I don't have to worry about lighting, and it also means sheep and crap don't spawn in the graveyard. Yeah, probably a little bit like my last Java world. Sort of clean and a little bit geometric, but kind of classically modern. I mean, the last Java world was a little bit Japanese inspired, but kind of not quite Edo period Japan, a little bit later than that. Kind of modern Edo kind of stuff, but at least that was the inspiration. Didn't look exactly like it, but that was the inspiration of the colors and the style and stuff. So yeah, maybe something along those lines. I think we need a tree or two here as well. Maybe just one there. Yeah. Oop. And just a little one. That's not bad. Some of that. Oops, it easy. I have no idea what I'm going to do about the wall. We do need a wall just to keep the mobs out. So the last thing I want is a creeper sneaking up and blowing up someone's grave. I have to give that some thought. Yeah, I know a couple of ghosts are still missing the core state. Those are the new ones we put in. Might as well do that now. Alright, while we think about the wall, let's consider the grave design. What have we got? Prismarine I think is a bit too bright for a grave. Got the new smooth stone. Give that a go. We could do clay. Concrete for that matter. If you're going to build a spruce forest, you could do a whole... Oh yeah, we haven't ever done a treehouse thing. Get up off the ground, yeah. Yeah, that's worth considering. Dark and smooth. Dark and smooth. That's how I like my coffee. Hello, Zen, by the way. Didn't see you come in. Sorry if I missed your hello. What about the new smooth quartz? Yeah, but we don't have a wall to go with it for the sides. Although I guess we don't need one. We can use some sort of fence. Like the birch. Or even the sandstone might look good against it. No, it's the quartz. I forgot the compost bin was a thing there. It caught me by surprise when I scrolled past it. Oh, here's a thought. Do any of these new... Ooh! Would the lectern make a good grave? Probably not. I wonder if we can incorporate the bell somehow, so every time someone donates we could ring the bell on the grave. Nah, that's way too many bells. Yeah, I did consider the coral, but the texture isn't symmetrical, and I don't like that for the grave. Looks a bit too organic for a grave, I feel. Cracked bricks could look cool. Make all the graves look good, although they don't really match with the sort of clean temple design thing over there. Shulkers could make an interesting grave. Shulker boxes, at least. Although, the fire coral block, maybe. Let's have a look what that looks like on the ground. That one's fairly regular. But yeah, this kind of splotchy stuff, I don't like that for the thought of a grave. How about the also really feel like you've missed out soul sand instead of coarse. I did actually try soul sand on the first version of the graveyard. It looked not good. Looked a bit too creepy, didn't really match the ground around it very well. But yeah, I did actually consider that on the very first version of the graveyard. Because yeah, I thought it would, you know, it makes the most sense thematically. Maybe instead of a grave, we give everyone a bed. We can call it the bed yard. and then stack blocks on their bedside table. That's a weird idea. Where is that super smooth quartz? What if we do the smooth quartz as the base? Ooh. I forgot about how much color there is in that. I mean, it's grey, but it's just a bit warm, isn't it? Bum, 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 bum. Oops. Excuse me. I wanted to grab the side wall. I don't mind that. Let's get the sign. Oh, I forgot we have different signs now. I totally forgot about the new signs. Sweet. And where's my spruce? There we go. Oh, we got many more options now. I think I like that. RIP someone. I thought the text came up in contrasting color. Didn't they have that in one of the snapshots at least? How about the birch? I like the birch. Nice and bright like that. Makes it nice and easily readable too. You dye the text. Okay. How do we do that then? How do we dye the text? I don't see any option. There was a block with a vertical line up the middle. That block was that. It was near the bamboo. You might be thinking about the kelp block. That thing. Just click the sign with the die. Alright then. Let's try that. What are we going to get rid of here? That. Okay, so go rip someone in lowercase because I hit the caps lock. Nope. Any other ideas? Oh, that was bone meal, not white. You're right, yeah. I forget they separate. There we go. Definitely looks better on the dark. I mean, on the one hand, it looks like it's been carved into stone. On the other hand, it's not actually carved into stone; it's carved into wood. If we had a stone sign, that'd look good. You could put it in a contrasting grey to make it look like it was embossed. No, definitely not that. I think we hit upon it here. The andesite and the smooth stone together. And maybe... we had torches on top of those in the last world, but maybe these. Although a graveyard full of those might look a bit busy, I don't know. Just go back to the torches. Text color could be the color of the first donation. Well, they're going to have the block on top of the grave to tell us which is the first one anyway, so... Interesting idea, but I don't think we need that. Single lantern on top. Yeah, I mean, we can't put a lantern there, because that's where the blocks go. Although, that does look kind of cool, doesn't it? I do like that as a design, but the whole point is... we put different kinds of precious blocks stacked on top of the grave. So we can't have something there, because then we can't stack on top of the grave. Can we actually put a block on top of this thing? No. We can do that, but that looks super weird. Doesn't look as cool when it's got a block on top like that. Or a lamp post between the graves. Yeah, the problem is I've spaced the graves 2 apart, so we can't put one actually between the graves. Maybe next to or next to, but not between. Probably here. Yeah, I think all smooth stone looks better. That didn't look terrible. I think redstone is a bit too much because of the texture on it. But let's draw it anyway. Ooh. Hang on a second. Because of the cross design and the way the fence sits in the middle of it, that actually isn't too bad. And that would solve our lighting issue for the most part as well. So that redstone lamp is going to be enough to cover the entire grave. We don't have to worry about the bits where there are no graves, and that's easy enough. We can put sort of lights and lanterns and all kinds of stuff to do that. Is there a block that naturally goes on the corner of a block? I don't know what you mean by that. Use a fence coming off the walls on either grave, and you can put a lantern between them. Don't think it works like that. I can't put a... I'm still dealing with a 2 gap. Is that what you meant? Like try and do that? Don't like that. You can see how it looks at night with a couple of them set up. Yeah, I'm liking this version best. So let's do a few over here. Oops. Imp is raiding with 6 in tow. Thank you ever so much. Welcome to the stream, guys. If you're new around here, I am Blunty, also known as Nate, which is why the channel name is BluntNate, surprisingly enough. We have one rule around here, one rule only. Don't be a dick. Easy to follow. Simple dimple. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Blunt realm. Right now, we're trying to design a graveyard, because one of the gimmicks we use when we play Minecraft around here, Survival Minecraft, is what was on the screen before you came in. Every donation of $5 more gets a grave, then we put blocks on top of the graves, or bits, get the mob faces stuck on side of the graves and stuff like that. And what we're trying to do now is design a new graveyard, because we're about to start a new world for 1.14. Alright. Set time... Wait. Time? Set? No, what? Set. How do I set time again? Time. There we go. Time set. Man, I need to brush up on my commands. I've forgotten everything I ever knew. Too much time in Console Edition and Bedrock. Oh, that's a shame. I forgot about the orientation. I like it best when I've got the sunset or sunrise behind the graveyard from the position of where we're going to build our base and village and stuff. Did that in a couple of worlds. It looks really awesome at night when the sun sets behind the grave, or the sun rises behind the gravestones. Oh well. Those lanterns throw off a fair amount of light, don't they? Alright, so they don't look so bad at dusk. Let's try it in the middle of the night now. Set. No, wait. Did it wrong again. Time. Set. What is night? Oh, there we go. Someone's already got it for me. 18. Yeah, it's good. Not too murky or spooky, but just kind of lightens up the grave so it's not all murky, dark and stuff. I mean, I think, have... Yeah, I've got brightness set all the way because that's best for streaming, really, when we're in caves and stuff. But let's go back to Moody and see what happens. Wait, are they flickering? They are flickering slightly, aren't they? Since when does redstone lamps flicker? Alright then. Thank you for the follow there, Blue Teddy. Yeah, they're definitely flickering just slightly, aren't they? Do lanterns flicker? Or, yeah, these do. Maybe it's that I'm seeing on there. Nope. Huh. Alright then. Wait, can you hang one of these from a leaf block? No. Cannot hang one of these from a leaf block. Damn. Yeah, I think we found our design. Simple, elegant, solves our lighting issue without having a path block the entire graveyard, which is incredibly tedious to do. And it means we can keep our gardens nice and green without making them look weird next to the path blocks as well. Alright, let's do it. I did it again. Time, set, day. Zoop. Man, I can't tell if they're flickering in the day. So weird, I had no idea they did that. Is that new, or I've just never noticed it before? Yeah, it also might be because I was in Moody, of course. Alright, actually we should probably put a sign on every grave too, because that'll stop me having to carry around signs. Maybe instead of coarse dirt, we can try Podzol this time? Seeing as we're not doing path blocks, this might look a little bit better this time. Wait, what am I going to rid of that? Looks good against the dark oak. Not too sure though. What else should we try? We'll give Soul Sand another go. I haven't tried that in a few versions. I said before I didn't like it the first time I tried it, but maybe it's changed. Can't hurt to try. It's only going to take a moment. Concrete powder in brown? I don't think so. Mycelium with a stone border to keep from spreading. I think mycelium only spreads to dirt, not grass. Ooh, no. That purpley color just does not work. Wait. Okay, is that new? Mycelium is generating particles. Spores, I suppose, is what it's supposed to be. This is all full of mushroom stuff. Yeah. Very, very subtle, but every now and again there's a particle that pops off. I don't think I've ever used mycelium in a build, so I don't know whether that's new, but I didn't know it did that. Maybe got a gravel. No. Instant no. Not even thinking about that one. Don't think wool's going to look very good. Mossy stone? No, not mossy stone. Yeah, I think the coarse dirt's going to be the best bet. It makes the most sense visually, aesthetically. Have you tried path? Well, that's a good question, actually. In the last graveyard, I used path blocks as the general ground, but what about if we just use it as the gravesite? It's a good thought. Why can't I click on that? Is the sign in the way? Oh. Oh no. Oh. Yes. Okay, so no, we can't use path blocks because the sign gets in the way. Unless, of course, we put the sign on the first block. Because I do like the way that looks. It looks like it's sunk into the ground, obviously. So let's just go grab a theoretical gold block here for a $10 donation or whatever I said that is. I do kind of like that idea because it makes the sign at eye level. But it doesn't make much sense as far as the grave goes, because the grave always has the name inscripted on it. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. And that just looks dumb. Oh, that's a shame. What if the gravestone is too tall? That's a good question. What if we just do that? Not sure I love how that looks. What if we just went for stone instead of smooth stone so we didn't have the border between the two? That certainly looks better, but I'm not sure I like it. So, maybe we rethink the design of the grave. I love how this looks, but if we do it this way, that does let us get away with most of the things we want to do. So what about... what other borderless grave style blocks do we have? Green concrete powder. Looks like the grass is growing back brighter due to your body. Cool idea. We'll try that in a second. Ooh. Another thought occurs. Let me grab that. Maybe that. Nether bricks might be another option. No, but I'm going to like them though. Ooh. No, I don't think placing the grass path separately is going to help me with the sign issue. There we go. Okay, so let's try this grass idea. I like that more than I thought I would. No. No. Maybe. No, rain doesn't affect concrete powder. Try a dropper facing up. For where? We might be onto something here. Reminds me a bit of a... like when you a tomb. When on the coffin you have a big heavy slab instead of a traditional coffin. Farmland will dry up. That won't work. Lane's no good. I'll make it have infested stone so shit breaks out every time we... well, we wouldn't break a grave anyway, but... mushroom stem. Definitely not. Hmm. Man, we're stuck here. Oh, hang on a sec. Hmm. I mean, I don't like that it's a seam, but the colors work. Thank you for the host there, T-Dog. Mushroom block. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I'll try it, but it's got a rather large texture. Did we try the brown concrete powder? I don't remember. Actually, I kind of like that. It looks like someone's literally been dancing on the grave. They look like footprints. I think I like the concrete powder. Red sand? Oh, I don't know. Don't know about that. Yeah, a bit too bright. So a double chest? Yeah, I don't like how you can see past it. It's obviously a chest when you look at it like that. Fun idea, but... let's try some of these other powders. Maybe even the grave, like, you could back pour the grave with concrete. Too smooth. Don't like that either. I think... I like the powder. No. Do like the border on that. What do you reckon, guys? Try the barrel. Oh, sideways. Don't think that's going to look... Oops. No, how about we do it this way? I mean, that could make a really cool looking floor, but I don't think it's working for a gravesite. I'm coming down on the side of this concrete powder, I've got to admit. Wish you could lay a shield down flat. That could look cool. You lay these sideways? No. I don't think so. Scaffolding's not good, you can see through that. Yeah, I think we might be out of options. I like the idea of carpet. Try the mycelium like that. Try a dropper facing up instead of the smooth stone for that stone. I might as well you just use cobblestone at that point. Because they got the just cobblestone texture on the back of them. No. Yeah, I think concrete powder. Looks like a fine dirt. Grass won't spread to it, and it doesn't look quite so gritty as this. Bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. I don't want wet graves. Waterlogged. Got the Fateful 128, but course didn't look that rough. True, but I don't really like the higher Fatefuls. They look a bit odd. Even Fateful 64 hits my eye a little bit wrong. Fateful 32 is just the right balance for me between looking cleaner and sharper, but still looking like Minecraft. That said, once Optifine comes out for 1.14, I do think we will be using some shaders. Just because we can. Make things look a little more dramatic. Get some actual real-time lighting and stuff. It's been a while since I've been able to use a shader. I mean, you can use shaders in Bedrock, kind of. There is a way to do it, and I tried it. But I just couldn't find one that I liked. Is that all of them? I feel like I missed some. I did miss some. Okay, now the tedious part. Let's just get organized here in the order of operations. How are we doing for time? Alright, cool. Do you think your computer can handle it? Well, with my Threadripper 1950X and the 2080 Ti, we might get away with it. I'll have to turn the resolution down a bit. Play Minecraft in 640 by 480 or something. Only about 45 more to go. That's one more thing I like about having grass here. When I do misplace a block, it doesn't ruin the path block. So then I have to go get some silk touch grass to repair it. That was always super annoying in the old graveyard when I'd dig around, when I'd ruin the path block. Because you can't get it back unless you get grass, and the grass can't spread unless there's more grass there. I like these guys got to say. So do I. The new wall types really help me. I mean, they're the same basic design as I've used in the last couple of worlds, but different materials make a difference. I've had grass spread from path. Maybe it works differently in... was that in Java? Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't in Bedrock. I don't think it's supposed to. And yeah, you should put redstone in the middle. Yeah, I suppose that would be a better way to do it. I mean, it's not like I'm in creative, so it really doesn't matter about materials. But that might make this a little bit faster, I suppose. So let me just go boink. Whoops. And I guess I still have to dig the blocks, don't I? In fact, this is slower because I have to dig out that block. So there. Oops. Now I'm all a kilter now. You've ruined my rhythm. So remember what I was talking about before? Doing deadpan. See who I could trigger. So the fun part about that is it's totally believable that I would be that dumb. That's totally something I might have done. But yeah. On that occasion it was quite deliberate. Just so you know I could get to head desk in the chat. I wanted some rage faces, this was what I wanted. But never mind. At least in 1.14 signs will be more legible since they add white text. Yeah. In fact, I think you can do any color, any dye color. But in this case, we'll be using white text on the dark oak, which does... We do have an example over here I did. Where do we put it? There we go. Yeah. Slumdog, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the Blunt Realm. Why is the Goofy emote a robot? I don't know. Those are some of the original... In fact, I think those particular emotes date back to Justin TV, right? That's a legacy emote right there. You could always subscribe and get yourself a proper derpy emote. Oh, I think I might have to realign my emotes. My camera's just over that one. Oh, because, yeah, when I set the position of the emotes, I was using a green screen web camera when I was setting this up. That's why. That's deserving of a derp on its own. Coming from watching your Aldi video, it was spot on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that video came out. Especially seeing as that was a, you know, that wasn't scripted. That was just an ad-lib video, just off the cuff. Didn't even have to edit that much out, really. I took some side tangents that I did edit out because they just were about something else, that except for the core issue. But yeah. Oh yeah, you can subscribe using Twitch Prime. You can subscribe for free using Twitch Prime. Get yourself those emotes as well. Just saying. I already used my promo mode on Exit 2 days ago. Nice. Who'd you use it on? Out of curiosity. Who do I need to be jealous of? Prime sub, yeah, I knew what you meant. Context got us there. Carl Sagan 42. Don't know that guy. I mean, I know who Carl Sagan is proper, but I don't think he's streaming these days. Seeing as he's dead. But what does Carl Sagan 42 stream? Oh, Mario Maker streamer. Ooh, he's about to have a good day, isn't he? New Mario Maker coming out for the Switch. He's about to get a whole bunch more subs and stuff, right? Streaming that new game. Oof. It's got to feel good. Do we have a date on that yet, by the way? I never remember the dates of these things. I know it's coming. I don't know if we got a date for it yet. Can't wait for... Yeah, I never actually spent much time with the first one. But I think the second one, I'm going to dig into it a little bit. Slumdog, thank you for the host. Getting it in a Switch for my birthday. Nice. Yeah, this is a good year for the Switch. There's a lot of stuff coming out that people are thirsty for. Super Mario Maker, the new Pokemon game, of course. I've had so many people message me about... well, should I wait to get a Switch for Pokemon, or should I just buy one now? And I'm like, honestly, maybe wait. Because there's every chance in the world that there's going to be a special Pokemon edition. And it might even be the often rumored, you know, updated hardware. I mean, Nintendo say they're not going to do it, but it's not like Nintendo have always told the truth. So there might be a hardware revision. Even if there's not, there will absolutely certainly be a special Pokemon edition for them to sell. And if you're buying a Switch for Pokemon, chances are you're going to want that thing. So... But the other side of that is get a Switch as soon as you can afford a Switch, because there are so many good games worth playing while you wait for Pokemon to come. Yeah, so many great games. Just unlocked King Dedede for Smash? Nice. Been waiting for Yoshi for years. Never been a big fan of the Yoshi games. I don't know why. Sign. I bet that put a low price skew. I don't know. The thing with Nintendo is they very rarely drop their price. Because I don't have to. The Switches sell on just fine at the current price. The only time they ever really do that is when stuff is starting to lag. Like with the 2DS. They brought that out very specifically to make it cheaper to make, so they could offer a lower price version of it as the 3DS line started its downhill slide. I mean, they bought it at a good time. You still got plenty of life out of a 2DS, but it was coming to that point where the 3DS had a horizon. I remember the signs? Did not remember the signs. Plan for making a second Switch. I already own 2 Switches. Bought one on a Amazon Prime Day sale. The price was too good to resist. So I thought, I'll use it as a test bed for hacking and stuff. And in fact, I've got it right here. I've got my little loader thingy. Can't see that because it's not focusing. But yeah, my little, what do they call these things again? RCM loader. I've only dicked about with it a little bit. Loaded custom ROMs and firmware and stuff. Well, not ROMs, but custom firmware. Yeah, I can't get it to work consistently. I haven't quite got the custom firmware for Switch is still a bit of a wild west of, well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to give it another go when I've got more time. Because right now I'm just too busy with the more important stuff. But I did get it to work briefly. I put a bunch of emulators on there, I think. Not that I need it, because I've got the Atari back there now. I've been to Christchurch. As in New Zealand? No. I've only ever been in New Zealand once. And that was on my way to, I think it was LA at the time. And I only ever spent like a couple of hours in the airport. So that doesn't really count. But I could see the rest of New Zealand through the window. It was raining. Land of the long white cloud, you know? And I bought some chocolates shaped like sheep because I thought that was funny. Because it was. Is a terrorist attack going on there right now? Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, not really the most lighthearted thing to talk about on a stream, but what's going on? What is it like a bombing, or someone sort of driving a car through a crowd, or shoot him up, or a hostage situation, or 2 mosques, active shooters, multiple deaths? Oh man, come on, New Zealand, you're better than that. Well, thoughts and prayers, I guess. That sucks. Especially from, I mean, you really hope someone like New Zealand would be above that, but no accounting for some people, I suppose. Where did I miss this? Oh, yeah, oh, there we go. There's where I missed him. I knew I'd forget some. That doesn't go there. It goes there. Ah. Alright, the only problem with doing these signs like this is every time I have to do a grave now, I have to grab the grave block and some white dye so I can remember to dye the sign properly. Slight pain in the ass, but I can deal. Alright. I think I got everyone. It's a sign! I'm relatively confident I got them all now. Oh, nope, nope, nope. How did I miss those the 8 times I went past? Okay, now I'm relatively confident I got them all. Okay. Now we have to think about a wall. And some ancillary lighting as well. And we could probably do with another tree over here. Come to think of it, this little area here probably needs a tree, I think. Hopefully a little one, I think, maybe. Oh, that's far too big. Yeah, let's chop this back to about here. Make it nice and symmetrical, like it's been looked after. Maybe one on this corner as well. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. I'm trapped! No. I think instead... excuse me. Spread some of these around. Stone brick with iron bars with slabs on top of the iron. That feels a lot like the last fence we used in the other graveyard though. I feel like I want to do something a bit different. I don't want to use the andesite wall that we got there because that'd seem a bit weird. Personally, I'm going to worry about lighting after we get the fence in. I want to hang some lights off the fence, I don't know. Also got to figure out the entrance here and the bridge of some kind. Okay, so let's think. We don't necessarily need a fence, so long as it's not spawnable and mobs can't get over it. So some sort of block with a slab on top, or even carpet on top, really, will do just fine. Which is maybe the direction we should go. Polished andesite on top of smooth stone, maybe. Or is that too recursive for the grave? I mean, I do like how that looks, but I don't like how it blends in with the grave. So, what about polished andesite? Too monochromatic? Smoky glass. I don't know if the glass fence around a graveyard is appropriate. It feels a bit weird. What if we... What if we do the iron? Do. And then we slab it up. Bit of a pain in the ass to build because the hitbox of the iron is too small, but... Nope! I hate that. I hate it with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. Just do iron fences too tall? Yeah, I'm just not sold on the iron fences. I've never liked them much, and I still don't. Yeah, the brick fence and the brick wall. I'm not sure whether the red's going to work for us here. What if we just hedge it? Maybe not. I don't want to go too tall on the fence because I want to be able to see over it nice and easily. Leaf blocks with green carpet? I don't think so, but worth a go. Maybe acacia's a bit closer to that green. Jungle. Yeah, we'll try jungle. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it would look, but I don't know if I like it. This looks less dumb. It doesn't really look great as a wall. Not going all the way around. Maybe just with traditional fence. In spruce. I think that's how we go. Just a regular old spruce fence. Whack a lantern on there from time to time, maybe? If it ain't broke, exactly. Yeah, I think just a regular back to basic spruce fence here. Just enough contrast from the signs there without going too light. How does that look? Looks fine. Or raise up a... Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking of too. You could just go like this every now and again. Maybe even go slightly higher, actually. Yeah, 3 hosts about to go on that. But not at a corner like that. Put it on a flat bit so I can face it inward. Every 5 blocks to a wall, do a fence in between. What? I don't understand what you're getting at there. I mean, like that? I don't like that. I don't even slightly like that. What happened to all the good ideas you had, Pooks? You've lost your touch. Lol, no wall, fence, wall. What? That's what I just did. Intersposing wall and fence. Ellie Baker threw 1 bit. Thank you very much for throwing the bit at me there. You have added to the geometrical perfection of BluntNate. Or wait, what do I call it? BluntOpia? No. What was the thing I was saying before? The Blunt Realm. That's what I was saying before. With your geometrical bit, your triangular bit, you have added to the geometrical perfection of the Blunt Realm. Should we call it BluntOpia instead? I'm still in the beta testing phase of the new phrasing. How much is 1 bit worth? 1 cent. 1 American cent. That's what it's worth to me anyway, by the time I get paid for it. That looks too much? Nah, that looks fine. Mania, it's not bad. Thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to, officially, the Blunt Realm. $1 a penny. That's a very strange way to phrase that. A $1 penny. Oh, did it bounce out of the cup? Womp womp. Sad trombone. Ooh, the campfires look super cool. Yeah, they do. I like the new campfires. We're going to have to find a way to use those in an interesting way. Definitely. I figure we'll probably have a bunch of houses with chimneys in them at least. So we can use them as, use the campfires as smoke. That's one of the most obvious things we can do with them. Finally have smoke coming out of chimneys without having to dick around with spider webs and such. Like old school. You can get campfire smoke even stronger by putting them in a hay bale. Sure can. Put them on top of a hay bale. Smoke goes not quite twice as high. I think it went from 9 blocks to... or no, 12 blocks to 20 blocks, I think the change is, or something like that. We did test it in the first snapshot that came out. And they work great for signaling direction as well. You can see them remarkably easily from a long distance. Because unlike all the other particle effects in Minecraft, these ones don't dissipate after a set distance. They don't disappear. They, you can see them from much, much further away. Which means, when we're exploring, an end to the old torch towers, really. We can use a campfire instead to mark a waypoint. Put a campfire on top of a barrel, looks super dope. I haven't tried that. Let's try that now. Yeah, I can see how that would look cool. We should definitely think about that for around the town as well. Oops. Keep forgetting they're a container. It almost looks like the barrel is full of like charcoal and stuff, doesn't it? I do like that. It's like a bit like a 44 gallon drum with a fire in it. Put a bunch of hobos huddling around it. A bunch of homeless villagers huddling around it for warmth. Nothing but nitwits. That's what we should do. We should put a section in town with one of those. The burning barrel. And just surround it with nitwits. Because they're useless. They have no job. Nitwits have no job. So they, you know, they're just on the street, down and out. I'm not sure whether that's an offensive idea or not. Am I making light of the plight of jobless and homeless people? Or is that just a funny idea? And I think I'm allowed to make that joke because I did spend some time as a youth on the streets, as it were, sleeping rough. So is that one of those things where because I was homeless, I get to make fun of homeless? I don't know how that works. I think I'm allowed to make fun of them. I don't know how I feel about that. It feels a bit rural somehow, doesn't it? That's a little bit better. But yeah, I think we might want to go at least a stage higher for this. Yeah. That looks a bit better. Right, how do I want to do this exactly? I'm gonna have to come back to this. I don't know what I want to do here, but yeah. Oops. Damn it. Come on, Minecraft. I'll have some sort of... I might try and do a curved bridge, maybe. Go through that little pass there. Maybe just go straight across and turn a corner. That might be easier. As far as the entrance goes, what if we did that, but also did the old carpet over fence trick to keep the mobs out? So I'm pretty sure that actually still works properly in Java, right? I know I didn't use it in Bedrock because it didn't quite work all of the time. But that should stop a mob from crossing. Hopefully. We'll have to test it. I'm really hoping in 1.1 to 4 we get a cave update. Now, cave update is probably going to be 1.15. We know they want to do it, but it's not in the... I mean, this update is feature complete as it stands right now, today. This snapshot, this is feature complete, and there is certainly no update to caves. Overhang while I'm here as well. Some weird lag there. I'm good to Minecraft news. That's right. Yeah, this is the village and pillage update. So we've got the new pillagers, new village mechanics, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Cave stuff, most likely next update. So, I don't know. Late this year, I guess. That's a tricky one to do. Just that way, I guess. Sit easy. Am I crazy? This sound like a Metallica song? It does have a little bit of Metallica about it. It's certainly not, though. This is a copyright-friendly track from o.xx, as are all the tracks we're hearing today. I use them quite often because I've never had a copyright issue. Well, except once, when someone tried to claim a bunch of their songs on YouTube, but o.xx, the person who made these tracks, got on top of that pretty quickly. Someone was just falsely claiming a bunch of their o.xx songs as their own. It's a bit of a sleazy way to try and scam some money out of YouTube. There really needs to be some criminal recourse for that kind of crap. Turn people off doing it. There needs to be actual automatic prison time for misrepresenting copyright so deliberately and maliciously. No trial, just here's the proof you did it, now you're going to prison for a while. You fucker. Stop it. And one more, or no, I think we're good there. So they're fairly evenly spaced without being mathematically too precise, which is always a bit weird. Should have a lighting mod to tell me exactly where on the ground we still got spawnable space. Certainly can't do that yet. Not in a snapshot. False Team Sam is a criminal act. Yeah, it is, but nobody ever gets punished for it. It happens all the time, but I'm yet to see a story where someone is properly punished for it, either by fine or by literal prison time, or, you know, that they're legally not allowed to use YouTube anymore or something. I've never ever heard a story about someone getting punished for that kind of bullshit. Oh yeah, we could use a resource pack to show the lighting issue, couldn't we? Always forget that's a thing. I think you've told me about that like 3 or 4 times. Always forget it's a thing. I like the sound that these make when you put them down too. It sounds just like a storm lantern. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where they recorded it from. Okay. We're getting damn close to calling this finished. We still have to build a bridge, but... Ooh, that's an interesting little visual glitch up there. This block right here, I think it might be waterlogged behind the scenes. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's grab a solid block. Do this, and this instead. Nope, still doing it. Okay, so it's not a waterlog issue, it's just a weird graphic glitch. Okay. What is waterlog? Waterlog is a relatively new mechanic in Minecraft. It means, here we go, I can show you here. In old Minecraft, you couldn't waterlog a stair. Is this a stair? See how there's water in that quarter of it? That could never happen before the aquatic update, but now we could waterlog them, which means this block is taking up 1 block of space, but the empty space that this stair block has, you can waterlog. In other words, make water fill it. In old Minecraft, water could only ever take up a full block, and if you had a stair, you couldn't put water there. The water would sit on top of the stair, and there would be air gap where the stair foot is, really. But now, we can do shit like this. Have 2 stairs facing each other, and make a little effectively 1 block wide water thing, but only a slab deep, and crossing the border of 2 blocks. It's let us do a lot more things, especially underwater builds. Like this kelp, for example. Pre this update, this kelp would just be in an air block. No, I mean, kelp didn't exist before this update, but you know what I mean. But now water can exist inside the space of another block. How do you do that? You just pour a bucket of water on it. You go up to a stair, point to the stair, and you pour the bucket of water on there. It's just a function of Minecraft now. What do you reckon, guys? Anything else? I think maybe we need... We need a little something here. Just to break that up a little bit. Maybe another one there. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Maybe... Maybe in this corner as well. It looks a bit empty. Bum, 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 bum. I think that'll do it. We don't want to overdo it with that stuff. Except for the space here. Is a fern appropriate there? I don't know how I feel about that. Might be a bit too much. Better. Flowers on the graves? I don't think we can put flowers on the graves because we use concrete here, so yeah. We put flowers next to the graves. Maybe we'll save that for some sort of special reward for a particular type of extra support. Because we've already got the blocks and the mob faces for cheers and donations. So what could be a one-off thing that would earn you a flower next to your grave? I don't know. I feel like this still needs something. I don't want to overburden it either. Beacon? Nah. Beacon's too much. Yeah, we did think about lands, but I'm not sure where to put them. We can't hang them off the pillars, unfortunately. Not in a way that looks good. Maybe add some more geometry. And I know that's not symmetrical, by the way. That's by design, because this is the front. It's supposed to look heavier at the front. I do like that a bit better. Flowers for subbing. Yeah, but... thank you for the 25 bits. L. Baker 0929. You have thrown the blunty bits. You have improved the stream using my own face. And I and my ego thank you for that. So we're at the dangerous point here. It's complete. The temptation to go a little bit too far. We're close to overdoing it. Even that one's too much. Maybe yellow and black instead. Black and red might look good. I don't think I want the yellow in there, because yellow and white is a nice combination, but the reason I like the red there is because it picks up off the earthier tones that we've got dotted about. And I did originally go with the grey because I wanted it to pick up on the stone of the graves, but black and red does look remarkably beautiful and dramatic together. I've always liked it as a combination. Ooh, how do we feel about that? Might be a bit bold. I'll have to replace the white tulips with the white poofy ones. The white poofy ones. What do you mean the poofy ones? Are these the poofy ones? Wait, what? Dandelion? Since when did That's an interesting glitch. That's not a dandelion at all. Ooh, we found another bug in the snapshot. Oh, actually, yeah, you might be right. That might actually be a dandelion, but it's gone to seed. Rah! Oh, hello. First time I've seen one of these guys in the wild. It's a pity it's not happening in survival. These are some shit. Oh, that might be a good trade if we don't have any beetroot. Not that beetroot's any use. Well, there you go. Don't know if we can find some blue ice nearby, but... Blowing it? Yeah. Oh yeah, look. It's yellow in my inventory, but it's going down white. It's random. How neat! Of course, if you do want the white one, you gotta... Or is it block-based? I wonder if it's like mathematically tied to the location or something. Like a block, if it's an odd number, it gets the white. 115 by 238. I don't know. Not odds or evens, is it? Because they're right next to each other. Yeah, it must be coordinate based. So it's totally consistent. Huh. I wonder what, yeah, I wonder where that is in the code. If it's like a mathematical product of the coordinates, if like divisible by something, it turns white. That's good to know though. Finding out a few new things today. Yeah, I'm not convinced I like the black. Let's go for the dark grey instead of the light grey we were using before. At the halfway point. Black is just a bit too bold for this, I think. There it is. That works for me. Picks up the darker colour of the pillars. Doesn't look too washed out like the light grey did. Sets it apart from the path. It's not too bold like the black was. Nailed it! Also what we need to do is actually fill up the chest. So we have stuff in there for the various... Loads of type, idiot. 2 of those. And 2 of those. And 2 of those. And, what was the other one? Oh, lapis. That should keep us going for quite some time. Right, where's my thing? Yeah. Now we need the various faces. Right. The creeper heads. A couple of stacks of zombies. Wait, where's the skeleton head? Probably won't need more than one stack of those. Oh, they're listed differently, I guess. Oh, skull. Okay. Okay, what do we got? Still need the wither skull. Don't know why I'm getting advancements in creative mode, by the way. That seems dumb. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. Yeah, okay, we're good. Zerp, 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 zerp. And lastly, we need white dye so we can make the text on the sign readable. Don't know how many spaces we had left in that chest, but let's just grab 4. That's heaps. Okay. Oh, was it recipes? I wasn't even looking. I just saw the whoosh, whoosh. That's fine then. Lapis, white dozels. Yep, I got it, Pooks. I got it. Alright, oh, I'm overdue for a break. Like half an hour overdue. Whoops, it easy. Is Moobot's just being flaky today, or did I miss it? Nobody reminded me anyway. So, I'm going to take my break. When we come back, we're going to think about this bridge. Bridges are always tricky. I never know how to do a bridge properly. I want to do an arched bridge. Definitely want to do an arch. Probably do it out of slabs like here. Slabs and maybe use this wood as scaffolding. How long breaks? This break's only going to be like a minute or two. All I need to do is take a leak, refill my water bottle. I'll be good to go. Some breaks are longer than others because sometimes I need to make a fresh coffee, but I don't need a coffee right now. So smoking may be a bit light. I mean, you got a few drags in. You're not going to miss much. Like, by the time I come back, I'm going to sit here for a few minutes going, what material should we use? You're not going to miss out on anything super important. You'll be fine. BRBs, guys.